Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, Simplify Your Operations with Sysdyne's CloudBatch. Today, we will explore how CloudBatch makes batching processes easier by simplifying remote batching, material management, and cycle time reduction with turbo batching. Plus, we'll highlight its powerful reporting features for better transparency. I'm excited to introduce Jason Campbell, an industry expert with over 20 years of experience. Currently with Sysdyne Technologies, Jason leverages his expertise to optimize ready-mix operations, helping companies increase efficiency and productivity. We're thrilled to have him share his insights today. Let's dive into how Sysdyne can transform your operations. Jason, take it away.
Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that introduction, and really excited to get into this today. CloudBatch is something our industry has been wanting for years, and I'm really excited to go through this. So today, what we're going to focus on for this portion, and there are multiple ways to show CloudBatch, but today we want to highlight really the simplicity of it and how easy it is to use and to navigate through. Batching's a pretty complex process, and more important than the complexity of it is the risk involved. Okay, and so if you're going to go through this, especially as fast-paced as we are day to day, and all the challenges that we're facing with replacing employees, having this newer generation come up, we have to make sure that number one, it's dependable, and number two, it's simple. And the way I like to describe CloudBatch is we have a really simple front end to help you manage that complex back end. So a couple of highlights today, I'll show you how to manage your inventories in the batch system, how to maximize the efficiency. It's all about flexibility and control, and we're definitely going to show you how to control this process. And then we're going to get into some reports, and we have loads of reports. We have new ones coming out. A lot of the reports are actually from customers' requests. And so we're going to go through some of that to kind of show you the data that you have. And then we'll get into some Q&A after that as well. A couple of highlights for CloudBatch. We are the only cloud native batch control system in the concrete industry. We have to be very specific here. This is a cloud native developed system. We're not accessing this via the cloud. This is actually developed in the cloud, and you can access it anytime, anywhere. And I'm not talking about logging into a VPN to get remote access to a plant site somewhere. I'm talking about having your PC anywhere in the world, clicking it. I'm going to show you how that looks, and you can actually run or see what's going on at that plant. Everything we do is a single source of truth. We have one database. So if you had this combined with our ConcreteGo dispatch system, and we actually do work with other dispatch systems as well via APIs, but when you make a change in the mix in the dispatch system, it's automatically updated in the batch. You're not touching anything twice. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's accurate. You can access multiple plants anytime from anywhere in the world. One-time login, a drop down, and you've got access to that plant. All your mixes, constituents, customers, projects, all of that is managed in one place. The number one question we get, what happens if the internet goes down? Well, with CloudBatch, you can run locally. You can keep loading trucks, keep concrete on your job sites. And the beauty of CloudBatch is that when your internet does come back, everything you've done while you're offline is captured, reported on. You do not have any material go through a plant that is not accounted for. So you know exactly what's going on at your plants at all times. So with that, let's just jump into it, and we'll show you some of the highlights of CloudBatch and what you can start enjoying today. Now with CloudBatch, you're actually on the ConcreteGo platform. So this screen that you're looking at, I'm looking at a material demand dashboard. And this is something that is included with CloudBatch. And if you have the ConcreteGo orders on here, I can project your inventory. So I know your orders, I know how fast you're gonna pour your orders, I know the constituents of all the mix designs you have. If you're managing inventory in CloudBatch, I can project your inventory over time. But everything across here is easily accessible. So to get to a batch of plant, there's a couple of ways I can do it. I can go here and I can hit batch, or we have this single sign-on, so I can see all of my products here: CloudBatch, ConcreteGo, and Strata if you have a truck tracking. But for this purpose, let's just go to batch. So I'm going to click on this. I'm logged in. This is every plant in my network. So I can access any plant that I want to from anywhere. That's the plant we're actually going to be loading a truck from. But if I want to look at plant 4, I can access it. So here is this plant. I can see what's going on, all the materials, mixes, any tickets that have been shipped today. But I also have access to another plant. And this is the plant we're actually going to be loading from today. So again, some of our customers that are, have started remote batching may have a few tabs up here, and one person can access multiple plants, and you don't have to have a batch person there at the plant. You can ticket load all from right here. So I'm going to give you kind of a high level. So this is the batch screen. All of your mixes, again, they can be managed in ConcreteGo or they're managed here. So I can see all of my mix designs. All of my materials at the plant are managed here as well. And I'll come back and show you how we start receiving inventory in as well. Any tickets that I've shipped are all easily accessible here. Any adjustments I want to make to the discharge rate, I can make sequences. So I can go in here and set up different sequences for different plants. I can also assign them to trucks, to mix design. So if I have a particular mix design that I want a different load sequence, it's done very easily here. And all of my settings are in here as well. So let's load a truck. I'm going to go back over to my tracking screen. Now you're going to hear some beeping coming from the background. That's just the system, and obviously that's all customizable. But when I drop this truck on a ticket, I have my Strata tablet on my desk, and so being that we're all in one database, we can actually literally run an entire concrete operation just from my desk. So I'm going to drop this truck on this order. We're going to load a 5-yard load. I'm going to print this ticket. Now I'm in ticketed status. The little noise you heard was the batch plant. So now the batch plant has this ticket. So here's my ticket stack. And you can stack as many tickets here as you need, and load them in whatever order you need to. But here's all the information, plus the batch plant operator can see it here at the top. So there's a truck 315, 250-yard order. So let's start demoing it. So I'm going to hit play. We're going to have one last check on all of the ticket information, the weights, any water trim. If I need to trim water, you can trim this as well. So if I need to make manual trims, you can see I'm doing it as the water cement ratio is changing. And then we're going to hit demo. Now, you're going to hear some alerts pop up, and that's done for a reason. So a couple of things: any of your maintenance staff, operation staff, QC staff, they can actually log in and see what's going on at the plant from a different location. They don't have to actually physically be sitting there. So if I have fly ash overweighing at a plant, or sand overweighing, or something like that, any of your employees that you assign will have access to it. We'll see how that looks here. So I'm going to hit demo. So you see the error pop up there. There's something going on with the plant. So again, your maintenance guys will be able to see this remotely as we're weighing up this. You can see the plant working, weighing up. Over on this side, I can click over and I can see my inputs and my outputs live as they're going. Now, Another important thing with CloudBatch is that, like I said earlier, everything you do, oh, let's see what's going on here. My fly ash is overweight. So if I'm a maintenance guy that's responsible for multiple plants, I now know that I can call this plant, or I can make adjustments to this plant remotely as well. And we can go in, diagnose it, and we can fix it. So back to the example earlier of everything that goes to this plant is recorded, everything accounted for. Everything is also recorded, so I can go back. Well, we got a stand problem too. So I can go back and watch this happen. Okay, and let me show you what that looks like as we're loading. I'm gonna go ahead and get this to discharge. So I go back to my tickets, and let's just say I had a problem on a floor last March. I'll be able to, after this truck is loaded, I'll be able to go in here and download this, and I'll be able to rewatch that. Okay, so everything is in the cloud, so everything is stored in the cloud. So I'll always have access to go back and watch these loads. So I'll be able to see exactly what happened on that plant should any issues arise in the future. Back on the tracking screen, you can see the truck is in loading status. Well, down arrow tells the dispatch that truck is actually loading. And on Strata, you can see that truck is at ticketing status right now, and we know that he's been ticketed. So let's go back here to materials. Now, I want to see if we got a load of cement in. I just hit the truck. Now, I can put all the information here I need to. So if I look at my vendor and I got a load of cement, I can put the ticket number here, quantity. So I got 25 tons. If I'm capturing the hauler, I can do that as well. And I have to assign it to a bin. So this 25 tons is going to go into silo 1. So you can see that my balance right now is 277 tons. When I save this, the balance changes, my inventory has changed, and I can start reporting on this. If I go back to my screen, you'll see my cement inventory is updated. Now, one more thing back on the materials as far as inventory usage. I can look at reports. So now I'm doing two things. I'm capturing real-time inventory usage, but I can also reconcile this inventory. So all of this is done in the system. And so if I go through here, I can do a physical inventory, capture that here. So all your guys in plants will be able to go through here and do this in the system. And I can go back here and choose which month I want to do this for. Then I can reconcile. So if I go and I'm doing physical inventory on my stone, for example, this will show you the gain and the loss of inventory. So your plant personnel will be able to stay on top of it.
You are assigned a new ticket.
I have a ticket in my my truck that you just heard. So as you go in,
Ticket status is loading.
so now what you're hearing is the tablet is connecting with everything else in our system. This truck is finished loading, so now I can print the ticket. I also have the ticket available in an e-ticket if you have our Strata product. But now you just print it and you're off and you're going. Obviously, I'm not going to print it here. As you manage all of your plants, so it's very simple, very intuitive. You can put new bins in, name them, it's all customizable, and we will help you through this process when we set the plan up. Now let's go back to the tickets. Now I want to show you a replay. So back in, let's just say April 18th, we had an issue. So now I can download this. I can go back to my batch screen. And this little clock button here, when I hit this, I'll be able to go back and watch. So this is a load that we loaded back in April. And let's imagine for a minute that we have some kind of an issue. We need to go back and find out what happened. So when I push play, we can actually watch everything that went on. So I can watch the inputs, the outputs, any gates that hung, any issue like that that could happen on a job site. I can go back after the fact and find out exactly what happened. So I'm physically watching that load get loaded. I want to fast forward it. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. So right there, I can see that my sand was overweight. Okay. So any kind of an issue, fly ash didn't come out, cement didn't weigh up correctly, you'll be able to go back and find it. Right there. Okay. So always accessible. They never go away. It's always stored. You always have access to everything that you've done. All right, so now what I'll do, and like I said, the simplicity of CloudBatch is what makes it so great. So we're going to open it up to questions, and we're always around if you have any other questions as well. But that's just kind of a high level view of CloudBatch and really the simplicity of it. Like I said, we're trying to make a simple front end for a very complex back end. So with that, I'll turn it over to questions.
Thanks, Jason. That was great. We do have a few questions I do want to ask. So starting with the first one, what is the initial cost for acquiring the software?
So sticking with the theme of simplicity, we have a very simple pricing process for our batch systems. Batch systems historically heavy capital, a lot of money up front. You get into 5+ figures of cost up front, and then you've got to pay annual maintenance on top of that. Plus labor to install and training. What we do at Sysdyne is we have a very simple monthly fee. Okay. So we'll come on site. Obviously, we would charge you for installation, but as far as the software and the hardware, we have a simple monthly fee that we charge. We like to say we own the hardware, you own the data. And so from a hardware standpoint, when you go into a subscription model like that, is not only do we own the hardware, we take responsibility for the hardware. All of our hardware we use is generic. We don't have proprietary parts for our plant hardware. The typical J-box that you see now is the same one that we use. And when you run into that subscription model, any new software upgrades are included. Any new hardware upgrades are included. And so we want this, what we've started to find out is it allows people to make decisions a lot sooner, and they can get the newest technology up and running quickly.
Great. What kind of training is available for our staff?
Multiple ways. We have on-site training. We can have someone on site sitting side by side with you training. We can do a lot of training remotely, right? I mean, we're moving into a remote world with things. So we can also do remote training. And then also we're making a library of videos right now that are available to customers, and they can kind of do it at their own pace. So multiple ways of training that you can get with CloudBatch. We're starting to see a lot of positive reaction to it.
Okay. Next question. What support options are available if we encounter issues with the software?
Sure. Yeah. So the simplest thing to do, there's a couple of things. Let me just pull this back up real quick. So the easiest thing to do, if you're sitting at a plant and you have an issue, is to go here and hit the support button. And when you hit this support button, you'll be logged right into our support desk. So you can see right now, I'm going to pull this over here so you can see it. So what this will do is this pulls up, and then you'll have an online access to a technician. So that's the easiest thing to do is from a support standpoint. Also, we have a 1-800 phone number, and you can see now I've got I have somebody available right now. So Kyle is on, and he's ready to help. Kyle actually doesn't know what I'm doing, so so I'm gonna just go ahead and let him know I'm just doing a demo. And so we'll close this out. But I wanted to see how simple that was. So any of your guys, your folks at the plant will be able to have access to our online support.
That was great. Thanks for showing that. We have one more question before we wrap things up. Can CloudBatch integrate with our existing ERP, CRM, or inventory management systems?
Yes, so there's a couple of things. We have developed a lot of these. Number one, all of our Sysdyne products do share the same database, but we have also designed this to work with APIs. So we want to make sure that our customers have what our customers need to get what they need done. So we do have a interface with ERP systems. We interface with QuickBooks, for example. We have our own ERP type billing system that we can use. So yeah, we're heavily involved with APIs, and again, not to belabor the simplicity point, but we want to make sure that that everything we do with any third parties is done simply as well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, everybody. If there's any other further questions that we did not get to, please, come to our website, fill out the contact us form, or if you want to learn more about it, we can definitely set up a private demo or have a simple conversation. So thank you, everybody, and thank you, Jason, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you.